I've always been really motivated. Everything I do, I always think about golf. I was only the fourth player from Finland to get the win on LAT, so felt pretty special. I started playing when I was about 15. We lived next to the golf course, but at first I thought it's kind of boring sport, so I didn't even try it. But since I tried it, straight away I got hooked. When I played my first round, I started with a handicap 54, and on my first round I dropped it to 36, so I realized I'm pretty good at this game. And I think after 1 year my handicap was pretty close to 10.
You played football before that. How long had you been playing soccer for?
When I was 5 years old and I played until 14. Then I stopped playing pretty much when I started playing golf. The last year as an amateur I won the Finnish tour ranking. I went to the Q school and I made it to the final stage, and I got a car to lead access, so I thought I'm just gonna turn pro and try it. Well, I didn't play any international events before turning pro, so I needed to just learn to play on different grass. A lot of learning on my first year, and I feel like I'm still learning every year a lot.
You got your first professional win on the Access series. Talk me through that in the Czech Republic.
Yeah, it was 2020. I was playing pretty well that year and I got my car to LAT from the Q school. All I can remember, I was just playing well on that week and it was nice to get the win.
And then last year, got your maiden victory at the Jabra Ladies Open. Talk me through that week, because you had a sensational last round.
At that moment I was playing pretty well, because weeks before that I led the tournament in Madrid after 2 rounds. And then in Bangkok I played in the second last group, so my game was pretty good at that moment, and I actually knew I was gonna win soon. I wrote it in my diary where I put all my hours and what I've been practicing. I put that there as well.
And the playoff, obviously, you were against Whitney Hillier. Talk me through that.
Actually, before that I was just thinking about catching my flight. I know it's not the best idea to have in your mind, and I was like, okay, let's go and play the playoff quickly. But yeah, then I needed to stay there, play the pro-am, of course. Sanna was caddying for me the playoff, so it helped quite a lot just to talk about different things with her and really not think too much about the playoff. Sanna's parents were with us and they were making the breakfast for us. We both felt tired on the first day, so on the next morning, on the second day, we realized that we were drinking caffeine-free coffee. So I guess that was the reason why I played better on the second round, because I had normal coffee.
What was it like making 2 birdies in your last 4 holes to obviously put you in position to get into that playoff?
Yeah, actually I also hit pretty close on 14 and I missed really short birdie putt. On the next hole I hit it again 3 or 4 feet and I made that one. I was watching the score, so I knew I need to make a birdie on the last 3 holes. The 18 is the best chance to make a birdie because it's par 5, and if you hit a good drive, it's short second shot into the green. I just went for it, of course, after good drive. Then I hit the second shot on the green and just 2-putted for birdie. There are really good players on LAT, so you don't easily get that win.
You mentioned your diary.
Beginning of the year, I always write down my goals and what I need to improve. After each day, I write down how many hours I've been practicing and how I've been feeling, like how my body feels and how I feel mentally. If I need to go back to last year when I was feeling good, I can go back and look what did I do there.
You just mentioned how you're feeling physically. Obviously, one of those things that happened to you when you were a teenager was you got diagnosed with diabetes.
Yeah, I think I was 11. In the beginning, it was quite tough because I was the only one with the diabetes, and I didn't want to be different from all the other kids, so it was tough because I didn't want to be measuring my blood sugar or putting the insulin that everyone can see. So now I don't mind, of course. And with the pump it's so much easier. I just can press it and see my blood sugar all the time. When we play in hot countries, for sure I'm gonna have high blood sugars, but there isn't actually much I can do about it because insulin doesn't just work well in the heat. I just know that in advance and I just need to try to manage with it.
And you've met obviously other players who also have diabetes. What's that been like, having that connection with them?
Yeah, Hannah Cook on the Access. Yeah, it was nice to have someone else with the diabetes and talk with her through like what she struggles with, and actually she struggles with the same things. So it's good to know that I'm not the only one, because when I talk with the doctors, they really don't maybe understand the difficulties I have playing and traveling, and then the tournament when I get the adrenaline. I always want to talk about if someone finds it easier to pick up a sport, or they can see that you can still make it as a professional athlete with the diabetes.